Hello, I'm Kirk Jones. I'm the founder of SmartGolfCoach.com and the author of The Fundamental Golf Swing, Defined, Modernized, and Simplified. We're here in my trophy room. That's a joke. The reality of it is we're at the World Golf Hall of Fame at the World Golf Village. Great place to check out the history and all the great players that have defined the game of golf over the centuries. Our function here today is to present the facts and reality using today's great technology and tools to accelerate the learning process and optimize your golf performance. Golf teachers and students alike are going to want to pay attention because we're going to present the facts. This isn't theory, this isn't myth, this isn't hype. This is crucial to the growth of the game because the game is perceived as being confusing and time-consuming to learn. This doesn't have to be the case. If you aspire to win one of these beauties behind me, or if you just want to win your member guest or beat the brains out of your friends and family, you're going to want to stay tuned because we're going to show you how to simplify and accelerate your learning process so you can get the most out of the time you spend practicing and playing golf. No matter where you golf in the world, who you learn from or how you learn, one thing is universally agreed upon. That's if we improve our impact, we're going to improve ball flight. Dr. Gary Wyron is a pioneer in golf instruction. He wrote the PGA teaching manual over 30 years ago. The laws, principles, and preferences portion of that text is the foundation for all golf improvement. I've defined the fundamental swing as the impact condition which provides the widest margin for error for each club. That impact condition also can be slightly changed to produce all ball flights, whether it be low, medium, high trajectories, straight, fade, or draw ball flights. Using today's great technology like three-dimensional Doppler radar, flight scope, and TrackMan, we identify and prove these impact conditions. If you want to accelerate the learning process, it starts with understanding what your impact is. Then we prioritize improving those impact conditions and the subsequent ball flight. Dr. Gary Wyron has acknowledged that this laws and principles portion of the text needs to be updated, and that's one of our purposes at Smart Golf Coach. His company, Golf Around the World, has many tools and training aids and software to help in the learning process. We're also going to review these training aids and tools so that we can give the best recommendations to you as to which to use to improve your impact and your ball flight. What are your impact measurements? And what teachings, tools, and techniques will quickly improve your impact conditions and your ball striking? You're going to find out the answers to these questions by joining SmartGolfCoach.com right now. Hi, welcome to the legendary stadium course at TPC Sawgrass here in beautiful Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida. If you're a golfer, a visit here is a must. Now, in order to play good and consistent golf requires considerable precision. Never is that more evident on the famous 17th hole here at the stadium course. Not only does this require perfect distance control, but it also requires very deft directional control. Otherwise, you'll be one of the thousands who deliver several golf balls into this lake on an annual basis. The factors required that produce the outcome are a good understanding of your environmental conditions, the wind, how it's going to affect the shot, rain, humidity, altitude. Then, when you're going to hit the golf shot, the ball you choose, the club you choose, your pre-shot routine and setup, and then the in-swing execution of the skills. To run through that real quick, the first thing a professional golfer is going to do is they're going to stand back and survey the situation, visualizing, imagining, and feeling the perfect execution of a golf shot. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to grip the golf club, move into the golf ball, where we aim, get our distance from the ball, feet position, alignment, and posture. Once we've set up perfectly, then we execute the swing. The principles that influence the golf swing are really limited to 3 concepts of teaching. The lever system, which is the arm swing concept of teaching, the core system, or the body concept of teaching, and then the dynamic balance, or the leg work, weight shift concept of instruction. Teachers who teach a little bit of each one of these concepts and know which one to apply to quickly improve your impact are the kind of teachers that you're looking for. Every good golf instructor and knowledgeable student understands the importance of impact, and that your outcome is really determined by your impact conditions. Improving impact surely will improve your ball striking. So, what are these impact conditions? And in what priority should we be learning them? Well, the first impact condition that we should know and improve is our swing path. Our swing path can be either inside out relative to our target line, straight relative to the target line, or the dreaded outside in swing path relative to the target line. This can be measured in degrees, and each degree we deviate away from a straight swing path produces a degree of either hook spin with the in to out swing path or slice spin with the out to in swing path. After we've determined what our swing path is and we're producing a good consistent swing path, our next impact condition that we should be concerned with is our angle of attack or angle of approach, which can either be descending, hitting down, which is desirable anytime a ball is laying on the ground. We can be hitting it with a level angle of attack, which may work for irons off the tee or a 3-wood off the tee, or it may be even a longer iron or a fairway wood. And the other angle of attack is an ascending or upward angle of attack, which only works best when hitting a driver. You wouldn't want to be doing that with any ball hit off the ground. Otherwise, you'll be producing fat or thin shots. After we've determined that we have a good swing path and a good angle of attack with each shot and each shot skill, our outcome in terms of direction is 75% determined by our club face angle at impact, which can either be open or to the right of our target for a right-hander, square, or closed. The last impact condition, but certainly not the least important, is the centerness of contact. Most people put that first. That would be a big mistake. Once you've improved all the other impact conditions and your setup is precise, then we can work on hitting the ball consistently in the center of the golf club. If we hit the ball toward the toe of the club, the heel of the club, the top of the club, or the bottom of the club begins to vibrate, which reduces not only ball speed, but changes the spin axis on the ball and can adversely influence the direction of the ball flight. The last law of impact, which is kind of an obscure law and could be considered part of your club face angle at impact, is called effective loft at impact. That's going to primarily determine your launch angle or trajectory or ball flight. We could have the shaft leaning forward, which decreases loft. We could have the shaft more vertical or straight up and down, which adds loft. And we could have the shaft leaning backwards, which adds additional loft to your effective loft at impact. The loft on the club face primarily determines that effective loft at impact, but in swing we can do things in terms of ball position and the position of our swing center at impact to create different effective lofts at impact. What are your impact measurements? And what teachings, tools, and techniques will quickly improve your impact conditions and your ball striking? You're going to find out the answers to these questions by joining SmartGolfCoach.com right now.